Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, guys. Is that better now? Can you guys see and hear and all that? Alhamdulillah. Can you guys hear? Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Excellent. Okay, guys, so alhamdulillah, Thursday today, and I thought I've got a day off today and got a day off tomorrow as well, so I thought I'd do a Q&A with you guys. So if you guys got any questions, you guys got anything you guys want to chat about, inshallah, then I'm your man. I'll put my hair into a little bubble here before someone says anything. Yeah, because my hair is quite long. So what happens is when I'm reading or something, it falls in front of my eyes all the time. So, what can you do, guys? What can you do when you've got long hair? Wa alaikum assalam, Dan the Entertainer. You okay? Okay, Qadha of Qadha fast. Qadha of Qadha fast. Is that like a trick question? Yeah, so if you can maybe tell me what the... Okay, I'm going to have to read the comments on the sides because... Okay, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. I have my Qiyamah exams. Is that Qiyamah exams, bro? We're all going to have our Qiyamah exams. Next month. Any good revision tips? Okay, so revision tips are me exam. Okay, so revision tips. It depends what subject you're studying. So if you're studying something like you're studying maybe something that requires a lot of rules to remember, like Nahu, then what I suggest you do is write the rules down, write them all down in one place, and then put them all. Oh, so you're doing Siha Sitta, yeah? Oh, Siha Sitta. Then there's no way of revising in next month. The only thing you can do for Siha Sitta is, what I would say is, try to look for the main kind of points your teacher spoke about. So the main kind of issues that the teacher spoke about, you're just gonna have to really, look at them really. Yeah, and then inshallah take it from there. Otherwise, how much are you gonna cover Siha Sitta? It's a lot to cover Siha Sitta. I remember we were doing Siha Sitta. It was a killer. So you got the main nisabi. I mean, it depends. I mean, like for example, in Tirmidhi, you're gonna look at the kitab. But with this, I teach Tirmidhi, so what I would examine in Tirmidhi is in the kitab al-Ilal, his Ilal kitab Saghir. Do that, and then focus on the main kind of hadith where there's like a lot of issues that Imam Tirmidhi has gone into. Yeah, so certain hadith where maybe like for example the using the stones for istinja, he goes into quite a lot of depth in that. And other Bukhari is just understand. It depends on how the teacher taught it, but usually it's depending on what Imam Bukhari intended by the chapter heading. That's what you want to look at. Yeah. So is it quite clear? Is clarity okay? Okay, yes, I mean that's basically what I'd Yeah, anything else interesting, guys? Any other questions? Do you know a good book on surf? A good book on surf? A good one. There are. I mean, I don't know in English if there's any good book on. So you're looking for English book, aren't you? They are, like, if you look online. I think Maulana Abdul Sattar from the US. I think he's written a book. Someone was showing me. It looks quite good. Very easy to follow. Online, I think on YouTube, if you kind of type in surf, you'd find lots of durus someone's delivered. Arabic's fine, yeah. There's a book. It's actually called. Let me just see if I can find it. I actually checked it. I saw it yesterday. Let me see if I can. There it is. It's quite a good book. Very detailed though. So 1,200 pages. So yeah, but it kind of thoroughly goes through a lot of the concepts. Ma'alim al-Insha. Ma'alim al-Insha is a good book. Yeah, I think it's a good book for practicing your Arabic. Yeah, it's very good. I mean, there's other books out there. I'll try to find that surf book later, but I can't seem to find it. Yesterday I downloaded it, but I don't know what it is, so I'll have to check, inshallah. So okay, any other questions? Ma'lum Shayat will book easy as yeah, okay. Tasrif al-Izzi, yeah. So these are good books as well. You can, but inshallah I'll try to look for the other book that I found. It's quite good, it's very detailed, going into a lot of depth, and you know, I'll try to put that on my Facebook, or I don't know how else to, unless you email me. If you email me, then I can probably try and find out, inshallah. Okay, so any other interesting things, guys? So I've been today I've been busy with doing my notes. So I usually have like a tartib method where I go through different books different times. Please make exam easy. What's the best book for Quranic Arabic exams? Ullu ka pata. First of all, who are you, Ullu ka pata? I'm trying to figure you out, you know, so far who you are. Who are you? You're not Abdul Qadir, are you? Ullu ka pata basically means owl. Yeah, so okay, what's the best book for Quranic Arabic exams? The best book is my book. Yeah, my lessons. Attend my lessons. That's the best book that you can have. Okay, it depends obviously how it's taught. So depending on who teaches it, could be very different. So maybe what I teach is something that you won't find in other books. The way it's taught, maybe you'll find different ways taught in different books. Planning to do iftar course next year. Okay, so you want to do iftar, yeah, and any good places to study it? I'm not sure, you know. See, I know there's a Blackburn that does it, and besides that, I'm not sure who actually does it. The thing with iftar, the one thing that you need to remember is, you know, iftar, it's different from normal studies. Iftar is basically being in the company of a sheikh, a scholar, an expert, and studying. So far we might start something kind of once a week maybe, or once every 2 weeks. We're looking into that the moment. Next year hopefully we're starting it, where it's going to be a long-term thing. It's not going to be like an official iftar. It's basically trains up students in answering questions, in referencing and all that. The main thing that you want to learn in iftar is where to look for answers. Darul Ilm, do they do it? I'm not sure, you know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Thing is, if there is a place, if I haven't seen how they teach there, and I don't know the quality of the education there, I can't really approve of it. So I can't tell you like that's a good place to go to, just because it might be like a famous scholar over there. But the thing is, iftar is all about your own reading. That's the main thing that you have to do. It's your own efforts. So you can check out these places. You can find out, go there, ask them, what is it like? Look at their curriculum, look at their syllabus, look at the hours you have to put in, what you're gonna get out of it. It all depends. So that's basically what we're planning in a sofa. We're gonna planning that inshallah, where it's gonna be about focusing on mutun, on texts, on how to understand them, how in the Hanafi madhab, focusing on Hanafi madhab, and how fatwa was given over the years, different groups, how even amongst Deobandi scholars, amongst maybe even the Arab scholars, maybe even the Braille. Yeah, so I mean, I think it just froze there for a while. So I mean, as I said, so I mean, I've heard of Mufti Tawsir, but I haven't really met him, so I wouldn't be able to say what level he's at, in teaching. Otherwise, so obviously, if someone asks me, a question about a particular person, then obviously I have to give the answer according to my own understanding and what I see beneficial for the questioner. Otherwise, for me to say to you, right, go to Blackburn or go here, go there, just because I rely upon that institute, it isn't really fair. So I'm not sure. You'll have to check it out yourself. You have to check out what the education's like over there. Ask them. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's good. Allahu Alam. I'm here, guys. Yeah, the connection now it seems a bit weak today. Problem with the connection. Yeah. So, what was the other question? There, someone else had a question as well. Okay. Many online institutes nowadays teaching the sacred sciences. The thing that you can get in these courses is live interaction. What's your thoughts on the lack of love interaction reading? Yeah, I think interaction and reading are very, very important in studying. Yeah, I mean, I'm not too keen on internet online teaching, even though I teach online as well, some courses. But I don't think a person really benefits from online teaching. It's always that there's always a certain like restrictions, connection, and then you're speaking to a computer, and then it's like you don't see the human side of studying as well. So I think very important, to be there. You can disagree with me, but this is how I feel. But reading is very important for students. You need to be able to. Teacher has to be very transparent with the students, and mustn't really kind of hide things from students, and give it in their own way. It has to give it as it is. They can give their own opinions. That's fine, but when it comes to like knowledge, it's not like, oh, I'm scared the student might not understand this. And so if you have a student who has advanced level, you should be able to speak with them and be open with them about all issues, any issue they ask you. You should be able to explain to them in the best way possible. Okay. Are brain conditions caused by jinns? Are brain conditions caused by jinns? I don't think so. I don't know. I've never really asked a jinn about brain conditions. The thing about accusing jinns of everything, I think this is a lot of exaggeration from our communities. Yeah, poor jinns probably somewhere hanging around under a tree or somewhere, and we're blaming them for everything. Yeah, so there are a lot of brain conditions which are just natural. That's it. And possibly there could be, jinns can have an effect on human beings. Possibly there are some conditions that can be caused by jinn. Allahu Alam. Just like there's, radiation can have an effect on your brain as well, and heat can have an effect on your brain as well, and even smelling some guy's breath sitting next to you can have an effect on your brain as well. So yeah, possibly. But what I would say is don't blame everything on jinns. Go to the doctors, get it checked out. Okay, will you be doing any sort of Hajj course, workshop, or the Sufa? A Sufa possibly, yeah. But Sufa might be doing some Hajj. I won't be doing it. But Sufa might be, inshallah, we're looking into that. Have you ever been, just look at the check out the website, inshallah, when the time's near. Okay. Have you ever been to Nadwatul Ulama? What do you think of Nadwa? I haven't been to India, unfortunately. I really want to go. Maybe in the future, inshallah. The Nadwa Ulama that I have met, I mean, where I was studying was, in Pakistan, Banurita. So the Imam of the mosque was the grand nephew of Sheikh Abul Hassan Nadawi, and the family was from Lucknow originally, and they had a very strong connection with Nadwa and Sheikh Salman Nadawi. He used to come there frequently. So I mean, what I was exposed to was very good, very positive, mashallah. The scholars of very high level of scholarship, whichever field they were in, they seem to excel in that, which is excellent. I think I haven't seen the weak ones yet. Maybe there are weak ones, but I haven't met them. And that's why I think sometimes what tends to happen is, the courses, especially like with the Alim course, Dars Nizami course, sometimes because they don't focus on one area properly, the students tend to be weak generally. So this is why I think you focus on certain sciences. Okay, do you recommend selections from the Glorious Quran? Is the fourth book by Dr. He wrote 3 Medina books. I'm not sure, I'll have to see it. If I can see the selections from the Glorious Quran, then I'll be able to give a judgment, but otherwise I won't be able to. Who should Muslims vote for in the general election, or should we not vote? With regards to voting, I personally don't see a problem with voting. So if you can live in this country and you're abiding by the laws of the country, and the country, obviously, you hope your generations, your kids live here as well. I don't see a problem with it. That's my opinion. And if you're happy to, I'm happy for you to accept that or disagree with that. That's up to you. Personally, do I vote? I don't even check those letters. The voting letters. I don't even remember seeing them. So either my name's not on the electoral board, or I just can't bother going to vote. Because I was in Pakistan for a long time, since I was 18. I was studying there. So I didn't. Every time voting used to come, I wasn't here. So you check it out. Obviously, there's advantages in each side: Labour, Conservative, and the other parties, Liberal Democrats, and all those. There's always advantages. There's always disadvantages, and a lot of the politics is unfortunately based on lies as well. Yeah, they market it, they advertise it. So unfortunately, that's something that you get as well. So you gotta decide for yourselves, guys. Don't rely on other people, especially guys who are on the internet, online. Okay. How shall one interact with Islamophobes, like when brings up the topic of the punishment of Banu Qurayza? Yeah, this is a good question. How should a person deal with Islamophobes, atheists, especially, and other people, Christians who have studied a bit of Islam, and they know these kind of little issues? One thing you have to remember is, look, every single thing that they bring up, either it's something which has no base. That's the first thing to remember. Either it's baseless, or number two is whatever they brought up, there's always going to be someone in history that has discussed this. So all you have to do is find out when someone has discussed this, and you'll find a really good answer for it. Yeah. Or number three, what tends to happen is you have to understand context as well. So sometimes there's context behind things. So when someone takes something out of a context and puts it into a totally different sphere, environment, it seems very strange. Yeah. So for example, like the issue of Banu Qurayza, or the Prophet ﷺ marrying Aisha radiallahu anha, or any other things. So you'll find some Muslims who will totally refute that the Banu Qurayza incident actually ever occurred, or the Prophet ﷺ didn't marry Aisha when she was young, or anything like that. That they'll just dismiss it, and they'll kind of that's an easy way for them to get out of it. Yeah, but we don't necessarily have to do that if there's an answer for it. Okay. What else? Okay, sounds like you're an illegal immigrant. I might be, who knows? You guys haven't seen my passport, so I might be. You might be an illegal immigrant. Okay, so yeah, that's not nice. Don't say that to Jazakallah khair, student of knowledge. Okay, does Nadwatul Ulama has Alim course? Do you have any idea? Yeah, so Nadwatul Ulama, they have an Alim course. If you'll need to contact someone who has studied there. Yeah, shall you? And what I've heard from there is basically, it's not like the normal Dars Nizami system. It's a bit different. It's more kind of specialized in a certain area. Yeah, so they have. I mean, if a person qualifies from there, they're scholars as well. Yeah, nothing's wrong with them. They're scholars. Okay, these usernames, cousin crybaby and Lukabata. Yeah, now you guys kill it with your usernames, man. Yeah, I need one as well. I need a slick username. I heard there is no U in Liaquat on the passport. Are the rumors true? Yes, they're true. There's no U. There's no U. There's only me. See, what happened was my dad, when he wrote, he spelt my name different ways on different documents. Yeah, so because they were written down in different ways, yeah, it just causes a big issue now. So I gotta get them sorted out now. So in some places my name's written down as Liaquat, and in some places my name is written as Liaqat. Yeah, so it's it's a funny thing going on. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Home education. Is boxing permissible? The thing with boxing is, if it's done to the head, then I would say it's not permissible, because there is so much medical evidence that supports the fact that the most dangerous sport in the world at the moment, I don't know if there's any others, what I read was, or one of them is boxing, because of the damage to the head that it causes. So because it can cause, very easily can cause, brain illnesses associated to the brain. Yeah, all sorts of things. And this is why scholars have said that because of that, because of the highly likely chance of a person getting brain damage, because of that, they've said that it's not permissible if it's going to be to the head, or if they know that it's going to cause that. So I mean, otherwise, boxing, if it's not to the head, or if it's not really hitting hard to the head, I don't see a problem with it. You love me either way it's spelled. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah khair. Yeah, so basically, that's the issue. Head guards. Yeah, I mean, you see, the thing is, if you can look into the issue of boxing, there are different types of boxing out there. There's certain types of boxing. I've been to like certain tournaments where they don't strike to the head. It's like they don't allow it, or they can strike to the head as long as it's not too hard, or the gloves are a different weight of gloves that they have. They don't have the 16-pound gloves. They have other gloves, lighter gloves. That would be the rule there. Okay, if there is a household where the father has a haram job, would it be better to avoid the food? It depends what kind of haram job he has. I mean, what's the issue of haram job? What kind of description of the haram job is? Depends. If it's like a purely haram job, like the dad sells cocaine, or the dad sells, alcohol, something which is obviously Muslim should not do, or the dad's a thief and he robs people, and he has no other halal income that comes in, no at all, 100% pure haram. Yeah, then in that case, what should the family do? So the family can eat from it. It's fine, because there's no other way for them to survive. And when they can, earn for themselves, they should eat halal. Otherwise, if there's a small amount of halal coming in as well, then like selling alcohol as well, with the issue there. I mean, this what I would say in this situation is that the selling of the alcohol, if there is nothing else being sold with it, right? If there's nothing else being sold with it, like for example, like maybe there's an off license, and in there they sell crisps, and they sell other drinks as well, other soft drinks as well, and they sell other items as well, then because there's an element of halal there as well, they can assume that what they are eating is from the halal, in that kind of sense. But generally, haram income should be avoided as much as possible. And if there's, I remember there was a guy in this, so that guy would actually take no money from home. So you got to look at the situation. What I would say, don't give a general ruling. Each person should speak to a scholar, discuss their situation with the scholar, and the scholar would be able to give them a more precise answer. Otherwise, giving a brush ruling, lots of people are involved in businesses where there's some sort of haram involved. It's very difficult to avoid.